You ever wake up one morning, step outside with a mug of black coffee, just wanting to watch the mist roll off your own private lake, only to find out somebody tried to sell your life right out from under you? Yeah, that happened. And if you'd told me a few years ago I'd spend half my retirement fighting off a pack of HOA pirates hell-bent on annexing my land, I'd have called you crazy. But here we are. My name's Dexter Winslow, and this is how I learned that peace and privacy are like beavers and logs. Everyone's got an idea how to take a piece for themselves. I built my lakeside cabin with these hands back in the mid-90s, when all you could hear at night was the wind and the loons and the distant cough of an old diesel engine 2 coves away. 5 acres of real Colorado dirt, a spot to disappear and remind myself that real life, doesn't come with an instruction manual or a landscaping committee. For 20 years, that place was my hideaway from the world and its nonsense. And then, 4 years ago, the nonsense moved in across the lake wearing yoga pants and wielding HOA charters like they were holy writ. Oakview Summit, they called it. Overnight, a dozen beige boxes popped up. The kind of place where folks water their grass twice a day and call it community. Honestly, I didn't care. Their property didn't touch mine, and as long as they kept their subdivision games over the ridge, they could debate mailbox colors till the cows came home. That lasted right up until one Tuesday I got a call while I was in Denver. Number I didn't recognize. Hi, this is Angela from Larchmont Realty. Just confirming tomorrow's 2 p.m. showing your lakefront cabin off County Route 17. I nearly choked on my coffee. Showing of what? She goes, your cabin, we've got you as owner, but the Oakview Summit HOA submitted the listing, said you delegated sale authority. Now I might be retired, but my mind's sharp as ever. I never signed squat. I told her, you cancel that showing right now. Don't set foot on my property. I hung up, grabbed my keys, and burned rubber up the highway. 3 hours, didn't stop for gas, didn't stop for lunch, just me and a rising sense of dread. I pull onto my gravel drive, and there it is, an obnoxious, shiny for sale sign planted right next to my old weathered post. Bright red letters, realtor logo, price tag, phone number. And to top it off, my gate is wide open. Someone reset my code. Muddy tire tracks, footprints, and a couple of strangers up on my porch snapping pictures like it was open house day at the Grand Ole Opry. A third-person clipboard in hand gave me that fake realtor smile. Hi, Mr. Winslow. I'm Sherry from Larchmont. The HOA granted us access. You mean trespassed, I snapped. This land predates your whole subdivision. You've got 10 seconds to get off my porch before I call the sheriff. The brochures and big city confidence vanished real quick. They hustled out muttering about wasted time, and I yanked that sign up, snapped it over my knee, and reset the gate myself. Didn't sleep much that night, too busy replaying it all, trying to figure out who had the audacity to treat my home like it was some discounted fixer-upper. Next morning, I took my old can of spray paint and made a new sign, private property, not for sale. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Hammered it right where the for sale sign had been. The wind was sharp that day, but I was hotter than a stove. And just when I thought it couldn't get more absurd, a silver Lexus with an HOA vanity plate rolled down my drive. Out steps Karen Woolbridge herself, the kind of woman who scolds cashiers for not bagging kombucha fast enough. She walks right up past my new sign and gives me the kind of smile you'd expect from a rattlesnake in pearls. Mr. Winslow, we need to talk, she says, voice sweet as pie, but with a blade in it. No, you need to leave, I said. She waved her hand like I was background noise. We're working with serious investors. You're jeopardizing an opportunity to elevate the entire district. Elevate what I asked, stepping right off the porch. You mean steal private property? She bristled. Don't be ridiculous. Your cabin visually integrates with the Oakview perimeter. There have been complaints about aesthetic discrepancies, meaning my place looked like a home and not a plastic catalog box. You haven't been here in over a year, she said, so the board assumed you'd vacated. that give you the right to change my gate code and parade strangers through my home?" She held up a folder. "We filed a proactive real estate initiative to reclaim underutilized parcels. You think this is eminent domain? This isn't federal land. I've got the title, the deed, and every damn Home Depot receipt to prove it." She gave me that tight-lipped HOA grin. "We'll let the paperwork speak for itself." And just like that, she snapped a photo of my new sign, probably for her next community newsletter, under obstacles to progress, and drove off. That was the moment I knew I wasn't dealing with amateurs. I scanned every legal document I had. Deed survey permits, backed them up, sent copies to my lawyer in Denver. Next thing, voicemails from realtors saying the HOA had referred them a so-called developer, asking when demolition could start pending title clearance. And then my trail cam caught a flashlight at midnight, someone prowling the dock, then yanking the camera off the tree. That's when I called Lindsay Barrow, a property lawyer recommended by a buddy who once beat a golf course expansion. She listened, then said, "Sounds like attempted fraud and criminal trespass. Let's get everything in writing." Within days, we had forged documents, fake listings. Even my signature misspelled, like a toddler had drawn it. Lindsay wasn't laughing. She called the real estate licensing board, filed complaints, and we marched straight to the sheriff's office to report forgery and fraud. And wouldn't you know it, Oakview Summit HOA started hitting residents with emergency legal fund charges, hundreds of bucks a household, to fix unexpected legal liabilities. Meanwhile, Karen was writing in the board's Facebook group about absorbing my land into the next phase of development, as if my place was just some stubborn appendix to be cut out. Lindsay's jaw tightened. "That's not just arrogance," she said. "That's conspiracy." We expanded our complaint, criminal impersonation, misappropriation. Lindsay drafted a civil suit against Karen personally as well as the HOA. "Narcissists don't go quietly," she warned, and she was right. That night, another security alert, 2 hooded figures at my canoe shed, one staring right into my trail cam and yanking it off. Only this time I had a real camera mounted 10 feet up, got the whole thing on tape. It was clear Karen wasn't just bold, she was organized. If I wanted this over, I had to fight back hard and in public. So I called Rachel Hammond, a college buddy turned investigative reporter. I gave her every document, video, and HOA message I'd collected. Within a week, Rachel uncovered 2 more property owners Karen had targeted. Same pattern letters about redevelopment opportunities, realtors sniffing around while folks were out of town. Then Lindsay and I hatched a plan. Her friend Angelo, an actor, posed as a crypto-rich, out-of-state investor, reaching out through the grapevine for off-market deals. Within days, Karen herself set up a secret meeting, brought her realtor accomplice, talked on tape about creative authorizations, rezoning, even having a board member forge owner consents. "It's practically within HOA visual limits," she said. "If this plays out, we can rezone and sell in bulk." Angelo just nodded, all smiles, and got it all on video. 3 days after Rachel broke the story, HOA president accused of real estate fraud. Secret recordings reveal forged listings. The community lost its mind. Oakview's Facebook group exploded. Residents demanded emergency meetings. A few, like Janet Long, the HOA treasurer, reached out privately with internal documents. Proof Karen had done this before and paid herself under the table with HOA funds. It all crashed down fast. The sheriff's office got a search warrant rolled up to the HOA office, and Karen's house seized files, laptops, fake authorizations, even emails to a reputation management guy who helped with the deep fake video they tried to use against me. AI, voice, computer-generated mouth, the whole 9 yards. But Lindsay's tech guy busted that scheme wide open. When the dust settled, the DA filed charges: fraud, forgery, conspiracy, wire fraud, misuse of funds. Karen got no bail. Judge called her a high-level manipulator. The HOA dissolved itself in a special vote. Janet became treasurer for the new independent community. Residents brought me muffins and a signed apology letter, over 24 signatures. I didn't need it, but it felt like peace. And you know what? The lake's been quieter since then. No more power trips with clipboards, no more early morning mowers. I fish, I fix things, I nap in my hammock. Sometimes I watch the lawsuits pile up in court, and sometimes I just laugh. Tyler, the old HOA VP, brought me a box labeled Winslow Contingency Maps, redrawn fake listings, and a color brochure calling my cabin a rustic asset with investment appeal. I nailed up a new steel sign at the gate, not for sale, not for HOA, not for Karen. A couple days later, a young couple hiked past, read the sign, and shouted, "Legendary man." Damn right. I sat on my dock, cracked a beer, and watched the sun dip behind the lake, uninterrupted, ungoverned, and still, after everything, absolutely mine. So let me ask you, when do rules stop protecting community and start protecting power? Would you ever trust an HOA after this? Drop your story or your take in the comments. Let's see who's got the wildest HOA war.